So, about to start a new championship, new car. This is McLaren GR4. So the first thing I do with a new car is find out exactly when you should be shifting. So I load up the special state Route X because it's got the 100 metre markers on the ground. And the first thing I do is I look at the power graph. Now on my screen that's in width is 20 centimetres. So 20 centimetres, or 9,000 divided by 20.
It's 450 RPM per centimetre.
So I'm working out where the power is going to be, and it's about a 3 centimetre spread to find out the actual shift time. Sad, I know, but you'll see the difference. So I'm shifting at 8,500 RPM to start off with. This is where the game says you should shift, just as it's hitting, as it flashes on the limiter. So it's 8,500 RPM. And all I'm doing is looking at for the 1,000 metre marker, or when it hits 143 mile an hour, which is there. So you're looking at how the bridge looks. So next up, and this is shifting at 8,250 RPM, or as near as you can get it. So I'm totally focused on the rev counter on the right, and going up through the gears as reasonably well timed as I can. You might miss it by a few tenths, but that's why it's not worth doing a bigger gap between the revs. And then that's faster.
The bridge is further away, so you got there soon.
Next up, 8,750 RPM. This is completely revving the car out now, going way past when it thinks it should shift. There's some benefit, but obviously the power and torque graph I was looking at earlier, this should be well out of the power band. And it is, because it doesn't even make 143 mile an hour by the time we hit the 1,000 metre, and I've gone completely under the bridge. So that's out. 7,750 RPM next, or as near as you can get it, within a few tens of that, I guess. Try not to drift too much across the road. It's a bit harder when you're focused entirely on the rev limiter doing these tests. And that is quicker. You can see the bridge is closer. Next up, 7,850 RPM, there or thereabouts, going a little bit past the 7,750 marker on the speedo, on the rev counter. As near as you can get it. I'm trying to keep it in the middle, try not to drift around on the track too much.
And the bridge is about the same, so that speed, that acceleration is about the same.
Then this is where I always try and shift this car anyway, as I've learned in lobbies generally driving it. Drifted across the track a little bit there, but you will see I actually took a longer route. And at 8,000 RPM, look how much further away that bridge is at 143. You can actually see all of it. And then going by that power graph, I was figuring maybe it should be short shifted quite a bit, this car. So I was going for about 7,500 RPM. Again, I was drifting slightly on the track. But these are just kind of rough ideas. And that looks slower to me. So direct comparison as you got in Share Factory. And this is kind of in order, and definitely 8,000 RPM shift is where you need to be with this car, and you got to do that within about 250 RPM accuracy.